on game strong, let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought, a touchdown mind. Out of the box every time. No limits, no chains, no walls to climb. We're rewriting the rules in real time. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion.
Hey, what's going on? It is time. It is Tuesday night. It is 9:30. It is time to put the little ones to bed because this is it. 4 teams, 4 hosts, one damn good old-fashioned trash talking show. NFC East War Room. Joe, I'm going to let you have the floor, man, because once again, hey, we got to bow down to the division leaders, brother. So take us to the show, Joe.
Excited 3-0 Eagles, but boy, you talk about stealing a game. That was reminding me. I'll tell you what, that reminded me of the Chiefs Broncos last year. Remember when the Chiefs blocked the field goal or whatever? I'll take it, but great comeback. I'll take it, but boy, that definitely. I don't want to see Matt Pryor ever play right tackle again. Let's put it that way.
Well, is he better than Hudson III for the Giants last week?
Probably.
You know what? I don't know because he was a turnstile. I didn't understand that. Like Lane Johnson goes out. Anybody that follows the Eagles knows. Oh
man, he's their best.
Yeah, they are a totally different team when Lane Johnson doesn't play. And like, thank God, they brought in Fred Johnson in the second half, and boy, I mean, everything changed.
Yeah. Well, hey, we got 2 other hosts here. 2 out of 4 won this week. I mean, Steve, we'll go to you next because, hey, no quarterback, not a problem. You still pull out a win. How's those Commanders and Steve doing today?
Actually doing pretty well, right? Coming off the victory against the Las Vegas Raiders. With the backup quarterback, as you spoke, and given the reins to Marcus Mariota, and a lot of pluses to that we're probably going to talk about tonight as well. We got dinged up pretty good. I think, man, coming out of that game, we had like 6 guys on the injury report or something like that. So we got to see how that pans out this week. But I'll tell you what, man, just like, as we say with the NFC East War Room and trash talking, I am surprised that the Dallas Cowboy fan in the room had that much energy to start off the show tonight. So,
well, that's enough of the bullshit. Let's get Steve off goddamn airways real quick because he's already pulling punches.
I thought Mario played pretty solid. I think he fit, so I expected them to win. So good win for them, unlike us.
Well, Steve, my mom always said to me, show enthusiasm in everything you do. It's kind of hard, after this weekend, but you're right, man. I mean, I did the recap show, Steve, and I tell you what, I was only going to do 10 minutes. I couldn't shut up for about an hour and 20 minutes talking bullshit about my own team. It was just a vent-free session. I was trying to get Dr. Phil to join me. That's how much I needed it. But you're right. This team is ridiculous, okay? Now, I know we'll talk about the game, but I want to bring in something real quick. You guys watched the entire game, right? The Dallas Cowboy game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Half.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Most of it. Yeah.
Most of it.
Third quarter, when Cole Kmet caught the touchdown. Did you guys remember that play? Wide open in the end zone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys remember Sam? You remember Sam Darnold, who saw Ghost on Monday night, right?
Yeah.
Remember how you said that live? Donovan Wilson saw ghosts. I put this on the page. He is in slot coverage on Cole Kmet. One wide receiver on next to him going out there. Diggs was on him. Safety was all the way on the top of the other screen. 2 wide receivers, no running back on the play. Caleb Johnson comes out, scrambles, not even behind the hash marks yet. Cole Kmet is going by him. Wilson puts a hand on him. Donovan Wilson doesn't look at the quarterback. He looks toward the bench and runs toward the bench 4 steps. Who the hell does he see? He sees ghosts. He's covering nobody. Then he turns around and puts his hands on his head like, was that my man?
He didn't know his assignment.
Remember the Doomsday defense? This is called the Dumbsday fucking defense. That's what this is called. The Dallas Cowboys, the Dumbsday defense. You don't know your assignments. Fundamental football. We suck. We suck. Caleb Williams, look, all pro. 4 TDs.
Did your boy Wilson maybe he bet with the mush because the mush had the Bears? Maybe he bet with the mush, bro.
Joe, you know what? I should have seen the signs coming when Lieb said, the mush on your show, can you beat the mush? When he said the damn Cowboys were going to lose and the Bears were going to win, I should have seen it coming, Joe. I don't know.
Maybe the game versus us told you something because Wilson's been pretty bad besides versus you guys.
Okay, but Russell Wilson is a little bit better than Caleb Williams.
I don't know about that right now. Russell Wilson didn't play very well last week. He was clean pockets, but Cowboys defense is a major problem, obviously.
Well, no shit. No shit. The Dumbsday defense, Eberflus, guy's an idiot, man.
He sucks. I can't believe he's there. I can't believe that.
But Dan, coming from one idiot team to another team, let's talk about your team here. Did you guys win this week, Dan?
Nope. Because of Russell. We lost because of Russell Wilson, probably. They played a horrible football game.
Well, Russell Wilson's gone, isn't he?
He is gone. He is sitting the pine. He's riding the pine. He's those 2 interceptions he threw were inexcusable. Guy was fleeing clean pockets all day. He had neighbors wide open for a touchdown. He flees the pocket into a sack. I don't know what to say. He lost his edge, and to be honest, he can't do what Darkin do. Darkin attack the middle of the field, and he can play a quick game, and Wilson cannot do that. It's either dump down or deep. And he can run Dable's offense, so I'm glad it start, but Wilson deserves to sit after the game he played.
So can we now with the Dart era? Can we just get our Super Bowl tickets ready, Dan? Are we ready to jump on there yet, or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But I think he can run Dable's offense better than Wilson can. He can do other things that Wilson cannot do.
Okay.
So I'm sick of Russell Wilson. I'm sorry, but it's time.
Well, speaking of Super Bowls, let's go to the man with the team that could possibly go back to back. That is, of course, Joe Sullivan from the Sully Squad. Joe, you said the word escape, man. Brother, I tell you what, this weekend had so many blocked freaking field goals and extra points.
I said
it was ridiculous. But that one to you, Joe, what was your heart rate going into that last kick? Rams drive down, they get in position, timeouts called. What was your heart rate like, Joe?
To be honest with you, to full disclosure, dude, I had already resigned myself to the loss, to be honest. Like when they got in field goal, when they got in field goal range, I was like, here's what I was thinking. There's no moral victories in football, right? Obviously. So, and especially a loss to the Rams could be really big as far as tiebreaker goes, because we want the number 1 seed, or at least the 2 seed, one or two. But I in my head I was like, hey, you know what? We're gonna lose. They're gonna kick this last second field goal, but at least we got AJ Brown involved. At least the passing game showed something. At least they didn't lay down like a bunch of dogs after getting their ass beat in the first half. So that's where my mindset was. I was like, okay, you know what? We're going to take the L here, but at least they showed some fight and came back, and getting the passing game going. Maybe that'll pay dividends as the week goes on. And then he blocks the kick, and I'm like, holy shit, we actually won. And dude, and the funny thing was, and they covered.
Yeah, I know we see that little comment in the group chat. They covered and eat a bag of dicks. I'm like, damn, Joe, thanks, man. Thank you, brother.
Covered with a blocked field goal return for a touchdown.
It was great.
How big is freaking Jordan Davis was in this game, man? Huge in this game, And Joe, you said it. The first half didn't look great, with how they were throwing the ball. Howie Roseman got a new OC that second half, dude. because the passing game was on point. They finally got it back to normal. I tell you what, AJ Brown is a freaking beast, man. He trucked that one dude and it was gone an extra 20 yards on Yak, and I'm like, holy shit. This is what, if the Eagles get this straightened up, they don't need Barkley for 1,500 yards a year. They don't need him for 2,000. They can win games in other ways, man. But anything you were concerned with, Joe, going into, seeing this game, is anything you're concerned for next week?
Well, just, I mean, is Lane Johnson going to play? I mean, Fred Johnson played great in a reserve role. But if Tampa Bay has a week to game plan for him, because
Evans is out.
No, I'm talking about Lane Johnson though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping Lane Johnson comes back. Both our corner, Adoree Jackson and Ja'Cory Bennett are both questionable, so that's a concern because they might have to go with Keely Ringo. So, but yeah, I mean, Evans being out is huge. You know what I mean? So that's big. But no, I mean, they're my concerns. Basically, the secondary is a concern, and then if Lane Johnson, if Lane Johnson's going to play.
Yeah. Joaquin Sable says, go Birds. Hey, it's an NFC East show. Go Birds. Go Birds.
Yeah.
I even fucking said it. Go Birds. But thanks for tuning in. Fuji actually asked something here. Let's talk about this real quick. You can check Fuji out every Monday night on the Patterson App Fanatics on Cole County Entertainment, our sister station. It says, what's good, fellas? What's everybody's take on Jackson Dart? I want to jump to that. Joe, I'll let you go first. What is your take on Jackson Dart?
I love his potential. He looked great in the preseason, but we all know preseason's a lot different than regular season.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm a Giants fan though, I mean I gotta be excited. I mean, shit, they're 0-3. I mean, you know what I mean? You got a big matchup with the Chargers, and even if you lose, at least you see the young kid. I think the kid can play. I like his moxie, dude. I like the way he plays. I liked him at Ole Miss. I think he can play, dude.
Yeah. Steve, what about you? What's your take on him?
I think, kind of reiterate what Joe said, he's got a lot of skills. He's got a lot of, not just football skills, but the intangibles too, right? I mean, that's why the Giants drafted him so high. But let's be honest, he's got probably the two biggest things against him. One, he doesn't have much of an offensive line. And two, don't ask me how the team that finishes last in the NFC East gets one of the hardest schedules in the NFL. There's no good time. If you look at the Giants schedule, and Dan can probably agree with this, there is no good time to insert a rookie quarterback in the Giants schedule from week 4 to week 18. There's just not. It's just a gauntlet of juggernauts week after week after week.
Yep.
So the kid's gonna get thrown to the wolves really quick, with a marginal to average offensive line. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do. I hope he does well. Ignites a little bit of fire into the Giants fan base and locker room. But it's going to be an uphill battle for sure for him.
Yeah, we always talk about getting thrown into the fire, right? This is like a 3-ring, 5-alarm fire. Steve, you might get a call on this one, being at the fire department. You might get a call for, Jackson Dart's next game being thrown into the fire. But how do you feel, Dan? I mean, it was the right move, right?
I feel
week 3, week 4.
I mean, the offense looked awful for 2 games. I mean, if Wilson played an average game last week, I think he would have been starting this week, but he was beyond bad. Like that Wendell Robinson interception was inexcusable. He decided to throw it before, but Bo Collins was wide open on the play for like a touchdown. He was fleeing the pocket all day. I think it's the right move. I think Dable's job's on the line,
of course,
but I don't know if he's going to get beat up. Just realize that he can do things Wilson cannot do. He can run the quick game. The route concepts are very similar to Ole Miss. And he could also, attack the middle of the field, which Russell Wilson does not do. But it's going to be some growing pains for him, and at least Andrew Thomas is back. So maybe that's what they were waiting for. But I'm sorry, it just has to happen. You're 0-3. You can't go 0-4.
I agree.
Just can't.
The only thing with me, though, Dan, during the college show, we talked about this last year. We talk about it all the time. My thing with Jackson Dart, he's a gunslinger. Okay, he makes some bad decisions in that run and shoot with Lane Kiffin.
I like his aggressiveness, though. Go ahead.
What if he throws a bad ball? How fast is the media going to jump on Jackson Dart? This is New York media. This isn't this isn't somewhere else.
Jump on him no matter what happens, they're going to jump all over him. But I don't think he tears. I like his bravado. I like his attitude, the way he carries himself. He's a gamer. I think, like his mentality. So
Okay.
for me, people are going to say things regardless.
Okay.
But he could do a lot of things Wilson cannot do. And I think the team likes Dart better than Wilson.
Okay.
I think he's like a leader, that type of player. And I'm excited, but nervous at the same time. I think it had to be done.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But
The line, I'm going to say one thing. The offensive line has not been as bad as you think. With Thomas in there, they're all right. Without Thomas, they're screwed, like without Lane Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, but by the way, I actually think, like, looking at their schedule, I think
Tough,
it's
man.
actually a perfect time to bring him in, because if you look at this, he gets his feet wet. He gets the start at home, right? So you start him at a home game, so he doesn't have to deal with the hostile crowd. But then he goes to the Saints next week, so he gets his feet wet this week. Then he goes to New Orleans, who blow. But then, of course, he hosts the Eagles, which will be tough. But still, I think, but you're going to have to bring him in at some point. I think it's a good time.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's better to bring him now, because if let's say you give Russell Wilson, the veteran, in week 5, there you go 0-4, 0-5, and then week 6 you're hitting the Eagles. That would be the worst time, because that could be like a make you or break you game. You fuck up that game, I don't care. Just like Dan said, I like his bravado. You mess up during that team, and that's the team you don't want to play right now. They could do some damage to someone's instinct and mindset. I agree. They should have brought him in right now.
I also like that no one's got film on him. He can run. He's got legs, so he can move a little bit. So he's more of a threat in the option game, in the quick option, like Wilson is not. So there's some different dynamics, but it's the mental aspect and how he's going to handle it. I want him to play. That way he's ready. So you want to probably play him way later. But as bad as Wilson played, the writing was on the wall to me. Right after that game, I said, Jackson Dart will probably be playing this week, and he's starting this week. So I kind of expected it.
The one thing I hope Dable goes back and watches Sam Levitt and Cam Scatterbo at Arizona State.
I love the way they ran that. I love the way he runs. They ran
a lot of RPO with him. Believe it or not, they ran a lot of RPO with Cam Scatterbo, and Jackson Dart being better than Levitt out there at Arizona State. This could be something really special, because you run that ball with Scatterbo the way he's running. That play action is going to open up really well.
Dart likes
and it's a bad option. Dart can run.
Yeah, Dart likes the screen game too. He likes throw a lot of screens at Scotty and the running backs. So I'm excited, but nervous at the same time. I don't want to see him get hurt, but let's see how he plays.
Joe, with Jackson Dart being here 0-3, what's the expectations now, man? Because here's the thing: you can't go back to Russell Wilson now, can you? You made your mind up, right? You gave the keys to the rookie. You can't go backwards, can you?
I'm sorry. Did you ask me, Paul?
Yeah, Joe. Joe, go ahead.
No, I don't think so. I think you roll with the kid the rest of the year, sink or swim. I mean, the only way he gets out of there is if he gets dinged up.
Slide. Make sure he slides.
Yeah. So if he gets dinged up, then maybe you take him out. But I think it's his job, and we'll see what he's got. Okay. This could be a classic look-ahead game for the Chargers too. I mean, the Chargers are coming off 3 straight division wins. Everybody's pretty much blowing them. You know what I mean? They just beat Denver. Now they go across the country to play the Giants, and everybody's pretty much saying, "Oh, they're going to kick their ass." Like you watch the Giants are going to get their ass.
Casey won what, 21-6, 21-9, something like that. A little bit better offense, we probably beat that team. We could have beaten them with better offense.
Well, what is the expectations for Jackson Dart this year? 0-3, you have 14 left. What is a I guess the glass is half full kind of season.
Based on record?
Well, give me a record. Yeah, I want to just go record first. Let's go record first, because I'm not going to put stats on the kid yet.
I think he had 4 or 5 wins, maybe, but later in the year. Later in the year, maybe he'll get one in the next couple weeks.
Steve, what do you think about a record? What's your record for the Giants now?
It's easier later. I don't know.
Man, I mean, for the Giants, you got to think that they're only going to win
just don't know.
Maybe 4 or 5. And your gauge for Dart throughout the season isn't going to be based off of wins. You're looking at just small progressions week to week.
Progressions. Yep.
Yeah,
Who knows? Maybe Dart will come in and they'll win. Who knows? But I doubt it. You never know.
Eddie says 1 win for sure against the
I'd love if they could beat the Chargers. That would be outstanding if that could happen for his first start. But that's a tough matchup.
Well, there's a lot of
and how's the defense going to play? The defense, I like the pass rush.
Yeah.
I like Thibodeau. I like Burns. I like Carter. I think it's a challenge for San Diego also, to be honest.
Well, how about we flip over to the Commanders here? Steve, let's talk about the Commanders here. I mean, it's positive, a win for you. At least you can talk about a win. What did you see? Like you said, a lot of players banged up, on the injury report after the game. But how's Daniels doing right now? Is he ready for next week?
I think yes and no. So the yes is, the player, the warrior and JD, is going to be like, hey, I'm going out on Sunday against the Falcons to play. The nice thing that gives, Dan Quinn, JD, and, the coaching staff and everybody kind of some pause is that, you have a really good, suitable quarterback in Mariota. If Marcus would have went out and laid an egg against Las Vegas, then I think you would see a lot more urgency to get JD back this week against the Falcons, whether he was 100% or not, right? But, seeing what Marcus was able to do last week, the way he was able to run the offense, scramble a little bit, even throw in a rushing touchdown, and just his passing and the whole 9 yards, since it was literally his first official start since 22, it gives some good confidence to the offense and Cliff Kingsbury, that he can run his offense, that, hey, look, if we really want to, not to say that Atlanta's a pushover, because they're a team desperate for a win. But, we could essentially say, hey, Jaden, we're going to rest you another week, get you 100% healthy, where we guarantee you're 100% healthy, and
Makes
throw
sense.
Marcus out there against the Falcons and do pretty respectable, right? I think, for the Las Vegas game, it was home. Home's always a bigger advantage for us, especially under this new era. We played good ball under all three facets, special teams, defense, and, the offense, obviously. Defense was a little suspect, especially in the secondary, with guys getting banged up. But the front seven so far this season has been playing phenomenal run-stopping ball. Now, granted, you look at our opponents, I get that. But, they've been doing well. Special teams, the rookie Lane out of Virginia Tech had that monster punt return for a touchdown. If the only thing I would probably have a great concern about, it's our kicking game once again, right? And Matt Gay. It was so funny that my best friend and I were talking today about our kicking game and like where we need to go. And we both kind of agreed that, what, like, I think the time has come where like they needed to get rid of Gay. And the funny thing is that, when I know I'm going to butcher it, Yu, whatever his name was from Atlanta, everybody, all the fan base was like, hey, give this dude a chance at kicking, right? He's got to be better than what we have.
Hey, Steve, Asians need jobs, brother. Asians need jobs.
We got an Asian.
So it's funny, right?
Now.
So it's funny that at the beginning of last season, we had signed Prater to be our kicker, but then he went through the whole, sexual harassment bullshit, and we weren't going to sign him. We released him. Well, here he ended up doing really well for the Packers last year. Now he's kicking game-winning field goals for Buffalo. And my best friend and I had a discussion like, you know what? Let's push all the non-field shit aside. Fucking bring back Justin Tucker, baby. Like, he's got to be better than what we have right now as kicker, right? Like, call that dude up. He's probably just hanging out somewhere getting a rub and tug, but like, bring him on, throw him in a burgundy and gold jersey, No,
we need a kicker.
That's the one thing we don't need. That's the one thing we have. We have a fucking kicker. I'll tell you that. We have a kicker.
Fuck you guys.
Joe, real quick. This is a 2-team race in the division, man. I'm gonna. If I had a white fucking here, you know what? I'm gonna wave it. I'm gonna wave in week 3. I'm waving the flag in week 3. I'm out. Then you got Jackson Dart. You might go on a 14 game.
We're not gonna win the division, but I don't. It's only week 4.
But
But they're
between
going to
Steve
win.
and Joe here. Okay,
Division.
you guys are
Could be one of them.
you guys are in the race for the division here. How about you talk amongst yourselves? I mean, Joe, is there any concerns that the Commanders can take this division from you?
Yeah, I think they got a hell of a team. I mean, they're like I'm very impressed with the way their defense is. Steve said their front seven. Their front seven looks much improved to me. So I think that's a concern. I disagree with Eddie. Eddie Prather said don't rush Jaden back because Atlanta's not good. I mean, while I don't think Atlanta's that good, I actually think you do need Jaden Daniels to beat them in Atlanta because Washington is much better at home. I think go into Atlanta. Mariota looked pretty good last week, but there's a big difference between hosting the Raiders and playing in Atlanta. I think, while I think Washington is a hell of a team and I think they're going to give us a challenge, I think this could be a spot where if Daniels doesn't play, they could take an L this week.
Especially the way they played last week against the Panthers. That game, they're going to be hungry. They're going to be hungry.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to need, Jaden Daniels to beat. I think you're going to have to score because you don't really look at the Falcons being a top-notch team. But when they're on, they're on. You know what I mean? Like we see a week before that. When they play, they're on. But outscoring the team, I think they do need Daniels on this one.
I honestly don't think you're going to see another consecutive weeks of 4 interceptions by Michael Penix. You're not going to get that same Michael Penix this week. So you literally could get the guy who basically is like a mirror version of JD against us.
Agree. Moving to injuries real quick. Put this in the group chat earlier today. We know Lamb went down. Okay, he's out 3 to 4 weeks with the high ankle sprain as well. Tyler Booker, our first pick, is out for 3 to 4 weeks, hitting IR with a shoulder strain. He's out. BB's out for another 3 weeks. Bland's out till week 5. I don't like the word tank, but what can once again the white flag? Okay, what the hell can Dallas do? What can we do? We can score, but we can't play defense. What the hell does Dallas do? I'm trying to phone a friend here. I'm asking my division foes, enemies to help me out. That's how bad
50 points a game, I guess, is the only way they're going to do well.
Crickets.
Yeah, I mean, looking at your schedule, bro. I mean,
I know Packers coming up too.
Oh, you were screwed.
Yeah, I mean, Paul. Like even like I mean, looking at your schedule, I mean, shit. I think it sucks for you, but I think the Packers actually are going to probably kick your ass this week.
Oh, they're going to crush you guys.
But then you go to the Jets. Maybe you could beat the Jets. You know what I'm saying? But then you play at Carolina, the Commanders, at Denver. Yeah, dude.
And Joe, we talked about being on grass too. That's that's maybe a win, but you're on grass
Denver
too.
Got a great offense. You might be able to beat them.
Dan, time out. Rewind what you just said. They don't have a great offense. Have you fucking seen our defense? Have you seen our defense?
I think you guys should beat Denver. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, Dan. Get serious.
Not that special. Come on.
Matty Ice is coming back. Oh shit! And he says tank time. Foster, I don't even want you to talk to me right now. He's a Bears fan, of course. He's a Bears fan. Gotta rub it in. Gotta rub it in. Foster, man, you guys played a great game. Congratulations. Bears Country Podcast. Make sure you check him out on YouTube as well. Without Lamb and Dallas can't even score. I think we can score still, but hey, what the hell did you guys do to me? Like seriously, all these people are coming here. Dallas, no shit, Dallas stinks. Go Birds. Hey, I'll even say highly favorite. Thanks for tuning in from YouTube. Random Anton saying the same thing. Joaquin says, what did Joaquin say there, guys? Where did it go? 100%. Dallas needs a new owner. 100%. I think we can all agree on that.
We do too.
Yep. Eddie says, Foster, congratulations. Okay, good year.
It was versus Dallas, so for some better defense.
Jerry Jones has to stay around forever. What are you talking about?
Steve, I got a question directed really to you. You ready for this one?
That's good because I got one back. So let's hit it.
This is the quote of the year, comment of the year. You ready for this one?
Uh-oh.
Is that Commander Steve or Bill Cowher?
Ay.
Oh boy. Dallas needs to have the greatest defense. Dallas needs to have the greatest defense of the year. Well, we're on our way to be the best ever in NFL history. Hey, Dan Campbell was third. Yeah, you guys were 13-3, but at least you guys have an identity. You guys have they have an identity. You know what I mean? They have an identity. Dallas, doomsday defense. As I said backstage, this is the doomsday defense. You don't know assignments. You don't know containment. You know, when you're blitzing somebody, don't you look, know the call behind you and say, I'm going here, especially on double wide or trips wide. Don't you say, I got the in guy, I got the out guy, I got the cross guy. Dallas goes like this. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
We don't care. Whoever's open. It doesn't matter with this team. This team just sucks. This sucks.
Hey, you know what their defensive so their defensive coordinators like the Water Boy. Remember the Water Boy where they asked the Water Boy?
I can't believe they hired him as their defensive coordinator. Gosh.
Yes, Joe. Yes. Oh my God.
So here's the hot question, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Looking at your schedule for the rest of the season, can the Dallas Cowboys pull out more than 3 wins for the rest of the year?
Well, you know what? It's only week 3. I get that. Okay. You lose 4 players, starters right now that are banged up. Diggs, you can go ahead and cut his ass right now. He sucks. Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, they all need to be trashed on defense. I feel honestly when Lamb comes back, the offense will be okay. Javonte Williams has been turning my eyes. He's a back that, for a bag of peanuts, he's been doing his job, excelling his job. I think the offense is fine. But until you prove something on defense where you can stop teams, this is like Cincinnati Bengals. You got to outscore the opponents by, scoring 40, and you still lose 3 games last year. This is exactly what we're seeing. Dallas can score, but their defense is so horrendous. You're going to lose not even close games. You're going to lose stupidity games on the defense side of the ball. I don't see him winning 4 games the rest of the year. I probably got him going. God, at the beginning of the year, Joe on the Sully squad, I think possibly 10 to 11 games to reach a ceiling. Joe, I'm thinking maybe 7-game ceiling now, honestly.
7
the way this team looks. And that's the ceiling, 7 games.
7-10, 6-11.
It's that bad. It's
maybe
that bad.
8-9, maybe.
It's that bad. Thanks, Eddie. I'll take it. It's been the last 15 years. Hey, congratulations, Foster, the Cowboy line. I don't think the O-line's a mess. That's not the problem to me.
Even ours isn't, surprisingly.
I don't see the O-line being a mess. They haven't got a lot of pressure on Dak entire season. They really haven't. He's been upright. He's been getting out of the pocket. It's the problem is the defense. The only problem I have on the offense last week is I want to ask you guys this. Joe, if you had Devontae Smith in the backfield running a fucking tailback sweep, how would you feel? One of your best players. If you didn't have A.J. Brown, you put Devontae Smith in the backfield to run a sweep on the weak side of the field, Joe. Do you agree with that?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like it at all, to be honest with you. No, I wouldn't. And getting back to real quick, on the schedule, I think you guys. I was just looking at the schedule. I think you guys are only going to be favored maybe 3 of these games, if that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, we don't like the word tank, but what do you do?
Got a good draft pick at least.
This is a clear explanation to me where the offense will look good. You can score 30 points, but your defense, you can blame the defense as a scapegoat because they're going to give up 40 the entire season. You played, but you got beat on defense one side of the ball. Tank is a possibility, but it wouldn't look like a tank to me. It really wouldn't because your defense is that bad. Yep. But looking at this week, Joe, who do you guys have this week?
Big game at Tampa Bay. Battle of 2 3-0 teams.
That's a huge game.
Tampa Bay has been like the kryptonite to the Eagles. I mean, if you look, they've kicked our ass. They beat our ass in the playoffs 2 years ago. They beat our ass last year. I'm very concerned about this game. The fact it's going to be 100 degrees on the field. Ooh. And the real concerning thing too is it seems like it's in the Eagles' head. I mean, they're You know, they're already last year they were sucking wind in the first quarter. They got their ass kicked.
It's gonna be insane.
Now they're I see Mike Evans is out. I mean, that's a help.
Yeah.
But now the one that I mean that's a saving grace for us. And even though Tampa Bay's 3-0, Baker Mayfield's been extremely clutch. I mean, he's pulled all three of their wins have been last minute wins. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a hell of a game.
I tell you what, Joe, you're right. The last 2 weeks have been, Baker Mayfield showing in the last 2 minutes. I mean, not last week, but the week before that, he made one hell of a run by putting his helmet down and getting an extra 10 yards just to get him in position. The kid has that, what we call that moxie. He has it.
Gamer.
Yeah, he is the gamer. He is. He is that type dude. I with Mike Evans being out, you got Mbuka, of course, as the number one wide receiver stepping in. But that running game, too, is really looking good. And the defense, Joe, that front seven can get after you as well. What do you do for this game? What is the X factor for you? You got to go with the passing game to get the ball downfield to open up Saquon Barkley, or do you establish Barkley first, then go downfield?
No, I think you got to get the passing game going. I think what I'm really hoping that they took the training wheels off of Jalen Hurts, because that's one of the criticisms that's one of the criticisms that's been up here is the fact that you got a guy that played great in the NFC Championship game. He was the Super Bowl MVP, and the beginning part of this year was like they're afraid to let him throw the football. Yeah, and the guy can play. And I don't think you're going to be able to just run the ball against Tampa. I think this has to be an A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith game.
I agree. That front seven is nasty. I mean, a lot of Barkley's runs are between the A gap, and that's where Vita plays. You're not going to run the ball against Vita, even though it's a one-man guy there. No. I think they do have to, Joe. I like how you said it. Take the training wheels off of Hurts. Let him get the ball downfield, because you've seen what happens. I mean, when the ball gets downfield, that defense has to change in a matter of seconds. They have to, pull coverage to an opposite side there, because Devontae on one side, A.J. Brown on the other, Goddard in the middle, and you got Dodson. You got these wide receivers that can catch the ball. That's something that you don't want to look, to play him. But what do you guys think about this score real quick? Let's go around the room. Joe, I'll let you go last. Danny, since you're a little bit in the basement behind me, so I'll let you go first. What's the score of the Eagles-Bucks game?
I'm going to say 30-27 Tampa.
31? What's that?
30-27 Tampa.
Wow. Okay, Steve?
I think they're both going to score at least 20-something points, at least.
So, I mean, I know, we do the show early in the week here at Tuesday nights. Mm-hmm. The line's currently sitting at 3.5 to Philly, even though the game is in Tampa.
Yeah, something like that.
With the over under total being 44.5. So they're envisioning some kind of a high scoring game between these two undefeated teams. Unfortunately, maybe not unfortunately, it's going to come down to 2 minute less end of the game. Who has the ball last? Can Baker Mayfield pull off another come from behind, or the Eagles going to be able to protect the lead if they got it? That kind of deal. I don't know. Like, as much as I hate to say this, I think the Eagles are going to sneak one out and become 4-0. And I think it's going to be probably like a 33-27 deal for the Eagles. It's going to be close, and it's going to come down to the last 2 minutes to who has the ball less. But I just think, some of those intangibles of, Mike Evans being out and stuff like that, the Eagles are just starting to get into the flow of things and starting to click. Here we are at week 4. So, yeah.
I kind of agree with Joe. I think the biggest thing here is, of course, Mike Evans is out. But my thing is, Joe, you said it, that 100-degree weather down there, man, is something different. I mean, you're playing in nice weather when, playing where Eagles and being on the road as well. But you're going down to Tampa, man, where you might need an IV at halftime. And even before that, Tampa's used to that, man. Baker Mayfield strives for this, He lives for that sweat coming off his balls, to get downfield. I think the Eagles do find a way to win, though, because they are the better team. Offense side of the ball, defense side of the ball. But the thing is, you got to play like the Eagles, man. You got to play the Eagles playbook here. That's the only downfall I see. Do they go back and say, okay, let's establish Barkley? Nobody's going to run for 2,000 yards. We know that. It ain't going to happen.
Be conservative with Hurts.
It's not. Don't be conservative with Hurts. Exactly. You let Hurts be Hurts. Do not. Let Hurts be Hurts. Take away Barkley, we can beat you another way. That opens up Barkley to something you don't want to see. I think the Eagles do squeak this out. I kind of like I kind of like the score that Foster has here, 31-28. I'm going to go Birds, 31-28. Antoine says 24-16 Eagles.
Like
Eddie
that,
has
3.
27-24 Eagles. Leaning Eagles, Baker to Shepard could be a game changer. I like Baker to Bukaque. I love the kid, man, how he's playing.
Mhm.
You know, I
Big
love how
boy
he's
Shepard.
playing as a rookie.
Shepard's a
Yeah.
good contributor, mate.
Yep.
I like him.
Joe, what do you think about your game here, man? I mean, I know Tampa has your number, like you said, brother, but let us have it.
They have, but I mean, you know, until somebody beats us, I got to keep riding with us, and you know what I mean. Like I actually kind of see it, like my man, this guy right here, this random Anton. I see a similar. Yeah, I know you guys are going a little more high scoring, and I mean I could see why, but I actually think it's going to be a little bit more defensive. So I think it's going to be like something along those lines. Like he has 24-16. I'm going to say like maybe 23-17 or something like that. Like I you know, because the Eagles. The one thing about the Eagles defense, they've been bending, but they haven't been breaking. I mean, well, you know, I know I say we stole the game from the Rams. But I also have to give us credit. I mean, you look at that first half, it could have been like 28-7, but the Eagles held them to 4 field goals. Mm-hmm. And you know, that's the kind of stuff that wins you football games. Like I could see Baker moving the ball up and down the field, but if the Eagles find a way to hold them to 3, then it keeps the score down. And I like the way I like the Eagles to make the big plays in the end.
Joe, I agree with you. You know, you can be the worst defense from the 20 to 20-yard line, you know, but once you get in the red zone, that's where defenses are built. That's the Philadelphia Eagles. They bend, but they don't break, you know, right there. So, all right, so we got that score. Steve, since you're next in line, who do you guys have coming up real quick?
We got the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. Current spread is Commanders at -1.5. So they're basically eliminating the 3-point favorite that usually the home team gets. Over under total points scored at 45.5. I think the point spread, in all honesty, from the bettors is because we don't know what Penix is going to show up this week after the performance he had last week. Number 2, we don't know what starting quarterback Washington's going to end up rolling out onto the field at game day, right? But come 1 o'clock on CBS on Sunday afternoon, I got to be honest that, you know, man, if we can continue our run stop and, you know, keep Bijan Robinson to minimal impact, whether it's rushing, receiving, or whatever, it's kind of going to dictate the rest of their offense or what they're able to produce, right? So if we can limit what Bijan Robinson's going to do, the Commanders are going to win. I'm going to say, hey, look, man, somehow, even when we don't think our team is the greatest at putting out, you know, offense productivity, you know, look, Eckler was lost for the year. You know, they got rid of B-Rob, and we're still throwing up 30, 40 points a game. You know, even with Mariota, we threw up 41 last week or whatever it was. So I think, you know, the Commanders are going to go into Atlanta, you know, give the Falcons another loss, and the Commanders are probably let's chalk it up 37-28. You know, look, we're going to put points on the board, but in return, we're also giving up points. Our secondary isn't the healthiest. Lattimore's in concussion protocol. Not going to be sure if he's going to clear by the end of the week. Harris is out for the season with a broken shoulder. They signed the kid that went to the University of Maryland. He used to play for the Jaguars. Can't even remember his name now. To come in this week. They signed him yesterday. Trey Amos, who's been a stud rookie, you know, is banged up as well. So, you know, when you're trying to cover, you know, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan out of the backfield, the whole 9 yards, as well as a mobile quarterback like Michael Penix, it's definitely going to be a challenge, but I think the Commanders pull it off.
Okay. Dan, what do you think?
Well, for the Commanders game?
Yes, sir.
I think the Commanders will pull the game off. I think it's a tough game. I think Atlanta will play better, but I think that Washington will outscore them. I think they're going to score like 30.
Okay. What's your score, though?
So 31-24.
Okay. Joe?
Washington.
Yeah, I like Washington. Well, no matter which quarterback plays. I mean, I think it's going to be a sweat, but I think they pull it out. I'll say like a 27-23.
Atlanta's a fraud.
Oh, I thought they were talking about Danny because he left. He jumped in the basement again. He just left and just jumped in. Didn't tell any fucking body. Like the season's going here. Atlanta's a fraud team. Atlanta 24-16. I'm on the opposite side of the fence here. I think Penix shows up this week. I'm gonna go Falcons this week. I mean, 30-0 against Carolina, man. That just tells me something that they could be bad, but they could be good. But I think this is a week where they actually can score this week. I'm going to go Falcons. I think the Falcons right the ship. I'm going to go 31-17 Falcons this week. Sorry, Steve.
Damn.
Sorry, Steve. Yeah.
He didn't even make it close.
Nah, 31-17, man. 31-17. I like to see some team look bad on defense just like us. But we'll go Cowboys real quick. But let's talk about this. Dallas 6.5 favorites against Green Bay. Returning Micah Parsons. Anybody going to put up a 50 burger this week with me? Anybody?
I'll say 38. Green Bay scored 38.
38. Joe, what do you think Green
50.
Bay scores on this defense?
Green Bay will easily put up a 40 spot.
I agree.
Close, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. 38, 37, 40 points, something like that.
God.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing the same type of game that we had last year where Saquon went back to the Meadowlands. You know what I mean? Like that type. Like so, I feel like Green. I don't know if they'll put 40 up, but Green Bay's going to win like maybe I'll say like 30 to 17, something like that.
I'll say 37-24.
37. That's an improvement, Joe. That's an improvement from last week. Man, oh my God. Yeah, okay. I'll give you my score real quick. Green Bay 45, Dallas 31.
I could see him scoring.
I think we can score. I think we can score, but we're not going to catch that score that's going to be given up. Eddie's got 45-13. Michael has got 33-14. Damn, Foster, 36-12.
Yep. I'm going to say 37-24. Green Bay.
Here's my last question about the Dallas game. Does Jerry Jones give a tribute to Micah freaking Parsons? Yes or no?
No.
No. You know what,
Hell
Jerry?
no.
You know what he
Do
does?
not do that. Don't.
He tells his coach, you know what's going to happen?
Don't do it.
Everybody on Green Bay's defense is going to eat because Jerry's going to tell them to literally have 2 or 3 guys on Micah Parsons every single play.
Parsons going to destroy them.
The crazy thing is Guyton, okay? Tyler Guyton's going to be on that left side versus Micah Parsons. And it is just going to be a practice game for Micah Parsons. That's all it's going to be. This is the game where Dallas runs possibly 13 personnel on that left side all night long on Micah Parsons.
Right?
If there's anything I can say, it's going to be a Javonte Williams probably getting 25 carries this game. That's the only thing I can see. That's probably it. Yes, Michael Hasidi is out. He's going to be out for 4 to 5 games there as well. 2 offensive linemen are going to be out. Tyler Booker, Cooper Beebe's out as well. So, yeah, that's exactly what happens. I hope the Cowboys go Cleveland on. Hey, listen, man, with that defense, we ain't going anywhere, okay? We're not even getting off the damn ball. Yeah. Green Bay steamrolled by 30 points. No, Joaquin, you're being generous, brother. You're being generous. And I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm keeping it real. We are that bad. This possibly could be a 50-point banger.
In a way, you don't want to be the team that faces Green Bay after last weekend's Green Bay game. Against Cleveland. Like they're going to come out with something to prove. And unfortunately, they're playing the Dallas Cowboys this weekend.
And Steve, you're 100% right. Yeah. Coming off a win last week when you're projected 6.5-point favorites, you lose that game outright. And then with Parsons coming back home, you don't think there's an extra motivation to that too? Like this could be a serious blowout game. And I honestly think it's going to be a blowout. I really do. I don't want to do a post-game show, honestly. I really don't. But Danny, last game real quick before we get out of here real quick. Got about 10 minutes left. What is your game this week? Do you guys even have a game this week? Oh, of
course we have a game. Jackson Dart starting his first game of his career. A little premature, but it has to happen. Do I think the Giants are going to win? No, but I think they're going to lose by less than 10. So I'm going to, what's it, 6.5, something like that?
It's currently set, 6.5 to the Chargers right
I mean,
now.
the keys to the game, if they get a pass rush on Herbert and cause him to do a mistake, a turnover, if the offensive line plays well, I'm just looking for Dart to play a good game here, not necessarily win the game. So I'm going to say 24-16 Chargers.
Okay. Joe, what about you for this game? Jackson Dart. The
I don't think
Jackson
they're
Dart
gonna
era
get
has
crushed.
started.
You know, I'm gonna surprise you. I think the Giants are gonna upset the Chargers. I think it's a classic look ahead game. I mean, the Chargers, like I said, they had three division games. Everybody's blowing them, and then the following week, next week, the Commanders play at the Chargers. So I feel like I feel like the Chargers, after the three division games and looking ahead to the Commanders, who were in the championship game last year, I think they take this game a little lightly, and I think Dart chose some. I think they win.
Joe, I'll go with you. You know what? I think this is a trap game, and I don't want to say trap game, but I think the momentum's on the Giants' side here. I'm going to roll with the Giants outright. I feel this season with Jackson Dart do look a lot better, honestly. I mean, I think the offense side of the ball, there's more play calling ability.
Oh, he opens the offense up tremendously.
And you're right, Joe. A lot of people are on this Charger team, man. You know, the way they look. Herbert's having the greatest year. Harbaugh's got the team figured out. I like Giants here. I'm going to go Giants outright. I'll take the +6, to cover, but I'll take the Giants outright here. I'm going to go. I don't think the Chargers are going to score that much. I'm going to go 23-17 Giants.
I love a Giants win.
We're thinking alike, Paul, because I was going to do the Giants at 24-17. And one of the biggest reasons I say that is this. Look, the Giants have arguably a solid, good defense, right?
Yeah.
And their biggest problem in the first 3 games, or at least the last 2, is that their offense hasn't been good enough to keep the defense off the field.
Yeah.
So, Jackson Dart is going to give them that little bump, even if he just gets sustained drives that just result in some kind of points, field goals, time off the clock, whatever. It keeps the Giants defense off the field. And I think, like you guys all said, I think the Chargers are going to be looking ahead, and, the Commanders the following week for a home game in LA. And, I think the Giants have an opportunity to go in there and sneak one out. I really do.
And I agree with you too. I think this Jackson Dart, the play calling is going to be different for Jackson Dart. And the thing is, I don't want to compare him to other quarterbacks, but the type quarterback he is, he has the legs. We know Philadelphia has Jalen Hurts. That 3rd and 6, he can get out of the pocket and get that first down with his legs. Jaden Daniels, same thing. Dak, well, we don't know if he took his medication that day to, his Geritol, whatever the hell you want to call it, maybe. But Jackson Dart can move the sticks. And I feel that this game, the Giants do win this game. This might be the dog of the week here, but I'm going to say rough. I am definitely taking the Giants 100%.
Well, the difference, I was going to say, the difference is the quick game, hitting the middle of the field with anticipation, and his legs. Like those 2 other things, Wilson can't do those 2 things. Can't do them. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, Michael Patrick saying Jackson Dart will be sacked 5 times. But here's the score.
No quarterback's been sacked 5 times in the first 3 games in any of them.
Oh, bullshit. So. Did you see the game last night? Lamar Jackson got sacked 7 times.
No, us. Our quarterbacks have not been sacked 5 times in a game yet this year.
Yeah, I'll take it a step further. I think the Giants. So here's a little like preview of what could happen. So I think the Giants win the next 2. I think they beat the Chargers, then they beat the Saints. Then Philadelphia goes to the Meadowlands on that Thursday night. Giants come in at 2 and 3, and there's a little bit of excitement in the crowd. I think the Eagles beat them, but I think it'll set up. It'll be a little intrigue going into that game.
Okay. I kind of see that. I mean, I think Jackson Dart does get his first win this week. Eddie has Chargers 31, Giants 13. Dart is a rookie who hasn't seen it. I get that, but he
doesn't. But he does things that Wilson.
And nobody's seen Dart either in the NFL.
Exactly. You have to go back to Ole Miss to see it, and you're going to see some ridiculous throws, bad calls, and under a Lane Kiffin system, that's something you're never going to see in the NFL. No. So there really is no game film on this kid. Really proven NFL style. But Joe, real quick, you guys are the cream of the crop. Is there seeing what we've seen this week? Detroit, man, holy shit, they look good. Who is your competitor right now that you're looking at that could take the crown from you guys in the NFC side of the ball?
It's funny because I was listening to the sports talk today, and everybody just goes and says the AFC is better because all the quarterbacks.
No.
I'm going to go. I don't agree. I think the NFC is tough. I mean, if you look, you got first off Washington. Washington's tough.
Yep. Rams.
The Rams. I mean, the Rams easily could have beat us the last 2 times. Tampa's going to be tough. Detroit looks good. I mean, they're Green Bay. I mean, there's some real contenders in this NFC. Honestly, I think any of those teams on a given Sunday could take us out. The Eagles are gonna have to bring their A game all year long, and especially in the playoffs. That's why, I'm hoping the Eagles keep winning and get that 1 seed because I'd like to get home field.
And Joe, you said AFC, man. They talk about the big name quarterbacks out there, the Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jacksons, the Herberts this year. But you know what? There's 2 teams that everybody had radar Super Bowl aspects. Chiefs, 1-2, or I'm sorry, 1-2.
1-2, yep.
And you look at the Ravens, 1-2 as well. But you look on the NFC side of the ball, the quarterbacks don't have to do much. It's 11 personnel every game. It's different. They're finding ways to win. You guys are 3-0. You don't look good, but you're 3-0. That AFC teams are struggling right now. I think the NFC is the division to beat, the conference to beat this year. Again, I really do. But Joe, real quick before we get out of here, man, what the hell's going on with the Joe Sullivan podcasting? What's going on out there, brother? Where can they find you?
Every Monday night we do the Sully Squad, so it's all Philadelphia sports, 6 p.m. And then here's one. We do the old school every month to month and a half. Late last month, we did the Jeff Lurie era, had Ray Dininger and Mark Eckel on. That was really interesting. I don't know. I don't think we have a completely firm date yet, but middle October, we're going to do old school. We're going to do the Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins Phillies, the 07-11 Phillies. And right now, it looks like we may have Kane Callis on as a guest, Harry Callis' son. Kane Callis is a very interesting guy, too. He sung the national anthem from one of the World Series games. He's also a professional poker player. And we might possibly have another former player guest as well. So stay tuned for that because, the old school, I like doing the Sully Squad, but the old school is kind of my passion because I like to, relive some of those good memories,
I agree. Foster says Lions, Pack, Vikings were on the playoff last year. Rams, Eagles, Bucks, 49ers, Commander. I mean, 49ers, who would have thought that? 3-0 right now, 3-0. Even though they did lose Bosa. Bosa's out now for the season. I just read that.
I think they're fraudulent, though, to be honest with you, especially with Bosa being out. They're 3-0 on paper. I get that.
Yeah.
And their schedule's kind of easy. So they may break the Rams' balls and make them really, really fight to win that division. But I don't think the 49ers are nearly up to the level like Detroit and Green Bay and Philly and all them.
Michael says the Eagles are 3-0 without Barkley rushing over 60 yards and A.J. Brown has a link on 100-yard game. Oh. That's the thing. You're winning with no stats is what you're doing. You're winning team ball. Special teams won you a game. And if there's 3 phases of the game and you win that last game on the special teams, kudos to you. You guys are clicking.
Good teams find a way to win.
McCod said, what is this? This is the Dallas Cowboys bullshit show where we make fun of the Dallas Cowboys. Michael has Eagles 27, Tampa Bay 17. Also, he says, McCod says, Giants starting quarterback Dart, I would say Chargers 31. At least he's got it close, Dan. At least he's got it close, man.
I think it will be close.
Yep. Dan, what do you got going on, man? Anything you got going on this week?
We just have the NFL Weekly on Thursday at 6.
What are we talking about there? What are we doing there?
Going over
the
NFL.
Our own team? Are we talking shit about our own teams again?
I'd like to talk a lot of shit about my own team and fuck Graham Gano for pulling his hamstring during warm-ups. Hopefully our new Asian kicker helps us. Sorry, I had to say that. I had to get that in there. But we'll talk about the NFL, talk about the games coming up. Talk about the Thursday game a little bit. So that's coming up Thursday. Me and Paul.
Yeah, it's a bullshit Thursday game, though. Honestly,
Well, I'll talk plenty of shit about Cowboys if you want me to. Yeah, of course.
we could do a whole fucking hour
Yeah.
show on that shit. You know, if you want
Defense
to.
might be like ours was 2 years ago.
Yeah, we just get sponsored by Swiss cheese. That's all we need. You know, honestly. You know. But Steve, I know you're on hiatus with the Commanders Gridiron, but what's going on with you, brother? I know
Hey,
you're
man,
doing
just,
signings out there and everything like that too, correct?
Just doing the cameo appearances like we are here at NFC East War Room. Available for any other cameos as the weeks might progress throughout your seasons. Had a nice little chat with Terry McLaurin last night, actually. And next Tuesday, I'll be working with Bill Merritt, the rookie running back, 7th round draft pick, who's basically going to be potentially the RB1 for the foreseeable future. So I'll be working with him next Tuesday. So get to pick his brain a little bit. One other thing is, just because we're in like the middle, or me in the middle of such many markets, Philly, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, DC, right? One thing I got my eye on, and I know it's not NFC East related, but something to keep on your ticker this Sunday, is the Baltimore at Kansas City game. The reason I say that is two juggernaut AFC teams. One of these two teams is going to come out of this game with a 1-3 record to start the season.
It's going to be KC.
Yeah,
Without doubt.
Keep that in mind.
Because we freaking had them if our offense was better.
I think Baltimore wins, but you got to have Henry hold that ball on, man. 3 fumbles in 3 straight games caused 2 losses out of 3 games there. Real quick, let's get the comments real quick. Recapping Cowboys-Bears game. Yeah. Foster,
we just recapped it right there. Bam.
Yeah, we suck. We suck Swiss cheese. That's all you need to know.
Swiss cheese.
Foster, if you want to hear somebody going off on their own team, go back on our anywhere that I'm found. I was going to do 15 minutes. It took me an hour and 15 minutes to get through that. It was all about event session on the entire game there on Thursday. Now, we're going to need 3 hours for that, Foster, if I do it on Thursday. We should have beat the Cowboys. He's a Giants fan, I guess. McConn's a Giants fan.
Good thing you weren't watching film. You've been losing your mind during your stream.
Them Giants watches. If the Cowboys watch any film, they're not going to remember it. They don't remember shit how to play defense. No containment.
Go Giants, MC Cod.
Yeah, he's a Giants fan. Tomorrow night, I'll be on the Cowboys Weekly. That's funny as shit. On the Cowboys Weekly. Another all offense session.
Weekly.
Oh, yeah, I think I want to change this thing.
Dumpster Fire Weekly. That's what you got to do.
God.
Dumpster Fire Weekly.
That's what it's going to be, the Dumpster Fire Weekly.
You should, I swear.
That's what it is. And I'll tell you what, real quick. I know Steve's going to cover this up, but this is what my screen looked like last night, guys. Let me see if I can move that over really quick. Oh, shit. Fire Eberflus. That's the score. That's exactly what I want to do. That is my Cowboys Weekly sign right there. So tune in tomorrow. That's just going to give you a quick look of what the hell we're talking about. So, guys, you ready to get the hell out of here? Because yes. I am done talking shit about this Dallas Cowboy team. And
I'll talk more shit about them.
I know. So, guys, this has been NFC East War Room. My name is Paul Spencer. That is Joe Sullivan. That is Steve Laughlin. Let's see if we can get this straight here.
Yeah,
somebody point the damn Dan, please. Steve, you're going the wrong way. Steve, the wrong way. Come on.
Nope, wrong way.
Now you're fucking like Cowboys
way,
fucking defense.
Right.
Other way, Steve. You're like you're like the fucking Cowboys secondary.
There we go.
Jesus Christ. All right, guys. Until next week, we appreciate you checking in. We'll see you guys next week.
Game strong, let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play. We see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought, a touchdown mind. Out of the box every time. No limits, no change,